Hello, everybody. Welcome to a tropical update. Here's the wide read Atlantic. Of course, only thing to talk about Atlantic wide and worldwide here, pretty much, is still, of course, IOTA. IOTA down to a tropical storm here as it continues to go over Central America here as a tropical storm, still producing heavy rainfall in locations of Central America, unfortunately, and unfortunately in some spots, leading to catastrophic rainfall and flooding here. So really bad situation ongoing for Central America and for most of the same places that got heavily impacted by Hurricane Ida about 2 weeks ago. So really keep them in your thoughts here. They're going through a lot right now, and they've been through a lot here the past 24 hours and this entire month pretty much here. Also, we got an area of interest that may form in Central Caribbean after this. Once IOTA pushes away, it has a fairly low chance of formation. That's gone down actually by 10% in the last update from the National Hurricane Center. And let's quickly take a look at it here. Disturbance number 1. Formation chance in the next 48 hours is a low near 0%. Information chance in the next 5 days is a low 30% chance of formation. Last few updates was at a 40% chance. Now it's down 10%. Now down to 30% chance. So we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully it continues to go down. Of course, we'll see what the National Hurricane Center decide on this. And again, just because this goes all the way down does not mean you need to stop paying attention to it. I would only stop paying attention to it once the National Hurricane Center show that this storm is gone from their maps here and no longer a thing. And as you know, I think it was with the Zeta, I believe it was. Zeta, I think at one point went down, pre-Zeta went down to I think 10% or near 0% chance for a really short time. Then, of course, as we all know, it skyrocketed up to 70%, 90%, etc. And then we got Zeta in the Caribbean here. Not going to say that's particularly going to happen with this system, but I wouldn't really exactly rule it out. You never know with these storms, especially this season here. You never know what will happen here. So just please keep a close eye on it here. Nothing to panic about or worry about at this point. Just something to really keep an eye on here. And just really take into consideration here. And I think regardless if it forms or not, it's still likely, this area of disturbed weather is likely to cause really devastating impacts for places that don't need it anymore. Here's what Tropical Storm IOTA looks like on satellite imagery right now. And you can see this is an up close look at it right now, and you can see just how it looks. Still providing heavy rainfall to portions of Central America here. And again, like I said, to areas that don't need it right now, especially after going through Hurricane Ida not too long ago and now going through Hurricane IOTA about 24 hours ago. They don't need any more rain or any more strong major hurricanes coming their way. And here's what this is what the National Hurricane Center forecast kind of looks like for Tropical Storm IOTA as the Tuesday, November 17th, 2020 update. 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, Region 19. Center is currently located at 13.7 degrees north, 87.3 degrees west. Maximum sustained moment winds at 40 miles per hour. Wind due west at 12 miles per hour, and there's only tropical storm warnings in effect for parts of the northern Honduras coastline there due to the tropical storm force winds extending as far northwest parts of the Honduras coastline there. As you can see in IOTA's forecast to weaken down to a tropical depression here and dissipate shortly before entering the East Pacific here. And the National Hurricane Center do note that they do not, at this point in time at least, they do not forecast IOTA to regenerate and reform in the East Pacific. That could easily change, but at this point in time, National Hurricane Center do not, again, I repeat, do not forecast it to re-intensify or redevelop in the East Pacific here. Here's what the key messages for Tropical Storm IOTA currently look like here. This is key message number 1. Life-threatening flash flooding and river flooding is expected through Thursday across portions of Central America due to heavy rainfall from IOTA. Flooding and mudslides across portions of Honduras, Nicaragua, and Guatemala could be exacerbated by saturated soils in place, resulting in significant to potentially catastrophic impacts. Key message number 2. Tropical storm conditions, primarily close to the center of IOTA and along the coast of Honduras, are still expected for the next 3 hours. And those are the key messages from the National Hurricane Center. And then here's the Spanish version as well. If I want to stop the video right now and read this right there. And then here's a closer look at Tropical Storm IOTA here. This is what it looks like right now. It looks like as it is trying to go over, looks like El Salvador there. It looks like it's about to go over, maybe it's starting to get over extreme eastern part of El Salvador right there. probably getting some gusty winds and some rainfall from this, I imagine. And here's a comparison to what the storm looked like yesterday. This is what the storm looked like yesterday. Again, this is yesterday. This is not today. This is not right now at this time. This is from November 16th, not November 17th like today is right now. It's November 17th as I'm recording this. This is what the storm looked like about 24 hours ago. A catastrophic Category 5 nearing landfall in Nicaragua at this point in a satellite loop, courtesy of Cyclonic Wicks here, as you can see on the top right of your screen there. Really great guy. I'm really good friends with him, and he's a really good guy and really good website here. So if you take the chance to check the links down in the description below, I have him as one of the links that I use, and he makes a really great looking satellite imagery available to the public here to use, to freely use here. Keep in mind, freely use here, without any payment, without any restrictions. He makes it free to use for everybody here, including people like me that are watching these systems. So really big kudos to him for allowing us to get really good satellite imagery from GO 16, 17, and even Himawari 8 here. So really good, really great. I really want to give him some credit here, if I could speak. So again, this is from satellite imagery from yesterday here, and you can see this quite the contrast here. This is what it looks like 24 hours ago, and this is what it looks like right now. So quite the contrast here. This is exactly what the mountainous terrain of Central America does to storms of this intensity here. So really interesting to see that. I mean, and here's a look at the Western Pacific right now. Currently nothing going on at this point. So really great news to hear on that end. However, in the Eastern Pacific, though, there is Tropical Depression 21E ongoing. This is the second advisory for it. Currently has maximum sustained winds of 35 miles per hour. We're in the west-northwest at 12 miles per hour. And it's going to remain out to sea in the Eastern Pacific, posing absolutely no threat to land. If anything, it might pose a minor threat to any boaters or marine interests to happen to be in the immediate area of this storm. And it is forecast to become a tropical storm, at least for the next 24 hours or so at this point from the National Hurricane Center's latest forecast cone. And if it does get named, I believe the next name up would be Polo. So if it does get named, I think the next name up on the Eastern Pacific side of things is Tropical Storm Polo. So this will be given a name Tropical Storm Polo, if I'm not mistaken here. Could be wrong on that, so please correct me if I'm wrong, if Polo is actually not the next name up on the Eastern Pacific naming list. And it is forecast to dissipate by around 5 a.m. Friday. Here's what the storm looks like on satellite imagery right now. And you can see why the National Hurricane Center made this a tropical depression. A really consistent convection here near the center of circulation there. And again, has about 24 hours or so to get a name for itself. And again, if it does get named, should be given a name Polo. Yeah, that's pretty interesting there, I guess. So that's pretty much going to be about it for this tropical update here. And if you have any questions or comments, do that on the comment section below. And if you want to know what links that I use for this tropical update, they're down below. Just click on the links down below to get imagery, satellite imagery, or get anything else you want to get from what I used today. And you could see the topics yourself here if you want to look at them, if you're curious. So that's pretty much going to be about for this tropical update. Main summary: IOTA made a catastrophic high-end Category 4 landfall over Nicaragua about 24 hours ago, yesterday. As a 155 mile per hour, 920 millibar Category 4 hurricane, the strongest hurricane ever to make landfall in Nicaragua in terms of pressure, ever. Of course, Hurricane Felix was slightly stronger in the wind department, but not in terms of millibars here. Felix was a Category 5 at landfall. And it did make up for it in the winds, but not in pressure. The pressure was not as low as what IOTA's pressure was at landfall. Again, IOTA made a 920 millibar landfall. The previous record for the lowest pressure landfall for Nicaragua was set by Hurricane Joan in 1988, and that made it a 932 millibar Category 4 landfall over the country. This one, of course, made a 920 millibar landfall, so it's about a 12 millibar difference there you're seeing between the two storms here. So Joan was the previous record holder for the lowest pressure landfalling system over Nicaragua. Now, of course, that has been beaten easily by major Hurricane IOTA as it made landfall about 24 hours ago. and also the latest ever Category 5 hurricane in a hurricane season ever recorded in Atlantic history. The previous record was set by the 1932 Cuba hurricane, which peaked, I think, about 3 days prior to when this peaked as a Cat 5 in 1932. And that was also a pretty bad system back in for those times as well. Really, another record-breaking system here, and one to add to the record books here. And again, this is in November here. We're not talking about September, October. This happened in November, nonetheless. So quite a bizarre and record-breaking season so far, and hopefully this is soon put to an end here as we near the end officially of this hurricane season from the National Hurricane Center. Of course, storms can form outside of that time period. Hurricane season ends officially on November 30th, but storms can form outside of that in December even, like we saw in 2005 and some other seasons before that. So it would completely discount the chance of us getting a December tropical storm or two maybe. But we'll see about that. So that's going to be about it for this tropical update here. Enough of my rambling, and I apologize for the lengthiness of this tropical update here. And my mispronunciations here, it's a little bit late here. And it's been a long week and a long month here, so really apologize for any shortcomings here in this tropical update. So again, that's going to be about it for this tropical update here. Hope everybody has a great day or night wherever you guys are. Stay safe, of course. Until then, see you guys in the next video. Peace.